Ooh, lunchtime, what do you think? Some hot dogs, some ice, some popsicles? How about an ECM? What's going on, everybody? Brian Mann here, Hands On Auto Trading. Guys, I'm sharing with you a 2008 Chevy Silverado that's been kind of kicking my tail. I won't lie about that. Started up yesterday, had a really rough running, surging idle, up and down. I noticed that the fuel trims were way negative. This thing's yanking back fuel big time. Taking a look around, also at the scan data, mass airflow sensor is skewed. It's reading like 16 grams per second at times. It bounces up and down. I had a scope on here yesterday. Yesterday I was at this vehicle playing around, and all of a sudden the vehicle started running good, but the only problem I still had was we had way negative fuel trims, and I found that the purge valve was not sealing all the way. It was kind of like allowing too much air to flow through it. When the purge valve was turning on, I unplugged the line that goes back to the tank, capped it off with my finger, or I actually had a cap yesterday, and the fuel trims went right back down to good. So I said, let's get a purge valve on there, see what happens. We got a new purge valve. The vehicle ran good for a while, supposedly this morning, for quite some time, and then the customer was driving it for a little bit, and then it started running poorly. Now, pulling this vehicle into the shop, it almost stalled out on me. Like, it actually was, I mean, it surges so bad. And looking at the mass airflow sensor data, I'm going to show you here. We got a mass airflow sensor that's got this type of data going on. Check this out. We're going from 5 to 13 grams per second just sitting there. Sometimes it'd be off the chart. I think I didn't have the chart set up right on the Tech 2. You're just seeing this. This thing just goes off the charts. We should not be that high. I'm expecting around 5.5 grams per second when we get down to 600 RPM. So that being said, this vehicle will stop acting up after a while. You'll actually have times where it doesn't act up at all. So I had it not acting up at all. I had a scope on here. I didn't see a thing with a Pico. I looked all over the place. So I actually decided to take the computer and drop it in the freezer. So we're gonna go get this computer out of the freezer and see if we have the same results here. And then I'll get a heat gun, heat the computer up, and then if the problem goes away, I think I'm calling the computers. How about an ECM? All right, guys, I'm kind of running against the clock to get this thing plugged in. I want to try and get this plugged in and start this up as fast as I can. And then we're going to take a look at our data here. Okay, we got that plugged in. Uh-oh. Let's go ahead and let's minimize this. And I'm going to go ahead and get my screen recording going, start recording. So we got something to look at. Get our scan tool data up here. There we go. I'm really excited to see if we can duplicate this, because this thing's been a thorn in my side. So I'm going to start it up. And you may be able to see the surge. Oh, there you go. Got the surge going on. That's cool. Let's take a look at our data. Okay, so we're bouncing around. I got to change my min-max here. We're off the charts, guys. Did you see that? Nope, that's the wrong button. Come on. And this thing should not be... Let's go learn. Oh. There we go. Done. All right, so escape. All right, so you should be able to see we've got something going on. It seems like it dropped out there. Oh, we only learned 9 to whatever, so we aren't able to see it all. So hold on. Change min max. Learn all. There we go. So I got a min max of 5 to 13 done. Now I'll hit the exit button. So now we can watch this mass airflow sensor bounce all over the place. And as I ran this before, you'll start seeing the distance between our faults spreads out as I heat up the computer. Whether this is absolute coincidence or maybe just some dumb luck, I don't know, but I'm out of ideas. Because I got the scope out, I'm doing the best I can to figure out what's happening here. Definitely got a little bit of a change in the amplitude. You see that? Our amplitudes went down. That's what happened last time too. It stopped going up to 13, it just started going up to 9. Just gonna leave that going. And there, I think we fixed it. Seems to be that one corner of the PCM. So what do you think, guys? Are we calling a PCM? Turn this thing off so I don't cook nothing. Once again, I'm trying to find a way to verify this and duplicate this fault. So I got some cool water. So we got this cool water and we're gonna spill it on top of the computer and see if it makes any difference. This is not normally the way I diagnose things, guys. I'm usually a little bit better than this. But we're just gonna watch and see if by chance we can cool this down enough. I don't think it will cool down enough. The ambient temperature outside in Cleveland is much colder than this water temperature. This is probably 60-something degree water coming out. Let's see if I can pour some on the back. This is far-fetched and goofy. I usually don't, like I said, I usually have a little bit of a better diagnostic method here. I don't think, I might have to go get some ice water. No joke. I want to cool this computer down as it's on the vehicle, guys. Not going back and forth to the fridge. It's definitely dropped in temperature some, but I don't think it's dropped enough to create the fault. Oh, maybe it did. There we go. Got it acting up again. So we'll let this get the heat gun back out and heat it up. And if it gets hot and messes, it goes away. Thanks, Richard. Got the boss here. He's going to show me what's up here. I have not seen a situation like this ever. I mean, I've seen problems with mass airflow sensors. It already dropped in amplitude a little bit. So he's getting the heat on there. You can see our frequency between the fault has changed. And still got a little amplitude there. We're going to watch this and see what happens.
Andrew?
I hit it right here, I think was a fault, right on that one corner.
Just watch.
Yeah, this is interesting. If this is going to fix it. Well, it's acting up, so it seems like it's got a point between temperature that it gets all wonky. So we'll see how long it takes, but we definitely cooled it down by water. Or is there a harness problem that I'm not aware of? But I've never seen harness problems cause increase in frequency.
Okay, so I'm down.
Yeah, he's getting quite a bit down. I know it was over in this corner, right there.
Power.
Oh, I probably kicked it. Oh, yeah, don't get electrocuted there. I thought it was like in that one corner is when I hit it.
I had it there and nothing was happening.
So, how about them apples? It's back. They might have absorbed enough heat again.
Well, I was doing it down here between the two plugs too.
All right.
So,
And you see we got this flat line again. So to duplicate this, I may go get the bucket of water and dump it on again. But I mean, because yesterday, I think I spent 35, 40 minutes where it didn't act up. It didn't act up at all. But
well, we can go, Andrew.
you see if it comes back and acts up. Come on, don't make a liar of me. I'm telling you, I had to cool it down for a little while the one time.
Oh,
there you go. So we got a little spike back there. Only one spike. Maybe we'll keep on cooling it.
Now they're here. It's a hot coal.
I'm glad I went old school and tossed this thing in the fridge. I tell you what, it ain't often I find faults like that, but when you do, man, you gotta, it's tough. So this one's been to a couple other shops. You don't have to say names or nothing, but it's been around the block, right? Okay. So as you start, well, I don't know if it started yet, but he's heating it up, and this thing is surging. It's hard to hear with the compressor going in the background, but the vehicle is got a little surge to it. I think I'm ready to condemn an ECM. Very weird fault. I usually don't see faults where we have an increase in the mass airflow sensor frequency. Usually it'll drop out, and that's because of a circuit problem, a bad mass airflow sensor, or wiring or something going on. But it takes a while to heat this thing up. I don't know which spot it is that takes the heat.
Between the plugs now, and it's disappearing in front of our eyes.
The amplitude definitely is dropping off, no doubt about it. Wow. There you go. Maybe you guys can hear the surge of the engine just a little bit now, but and then here you go. That was it. Boom. All right. I feel comfortable calling an ECM. All right, everybody, we're back with our Silverado here. Getting TLC set up, and we've got a brand new AC Delco computer. So we're gonna see if this fixes it up. Just so you know, we do have our battery maintainer on here. This is getting all set up and ready. Guys, you always gotta have that set up and ready to rock and roll. So let's take you for a ride and see how it goes. And just so you guys know, on startup this morning, this was running poorly. Definitely running bad outside, so we know the problem was happening. And actually, just as I was starting it up this morning, just now, I have a little capture of it surging. So good thing GM makes it easy to put the computer in right here, huh? We can't complain about that. So let's go ahead and get this mounted in place. Something I have to forget about later. All right. Get in here. Key this on, and just so you know, if we ID this right off of SPS2, we will come up with a blank VIN because it is a brand new computer. However, I do have the vehicle session stored from the other day when I was trying to program it. As you see, 1128, I did check for a software update in this thing, thinking that might have been a problem. So I am going to verify that this is my proper VIN, and that is our right VIN, and we're going to hit select. Connect to our MDI. I don't know why that lost its connection, but we should be good now. And we're going to go directly into SPS2. We're going to go to replace and reprogram. Next. Engine control module programming. Guys, you don't have to touch this VCI button. You'll know when you do, but you have to be talking to GM about a problem. And we're going to go ahead and hit next. And these are all the calibrations we're putting in here. Take a screenshot of that. All right, guys, we're nearing completion here. Really hoping everything goes smooth. This has been an interesting one, as I said, so just about done. See what happens. I'm expecting some crazy clickety-clack. Usually you'll get chime out of the vehicle and stuff when it's all done. Now, being that this was a brand new AC Delco computer, I don't think we'll have any issues with the security. Usually with a brand new AC Delco computer, you'll turn the key off, go to crank and start. It may not actually crank. Turn the key off again, then go to crank. It'll probably start and stall. And then the next time you do it, it should be all set. So I'm going to take a screenshot of our warranty claim code here. Get this going. Hit the save button. And we're going to clear the DTCs real quick. All right, our code's been cleared. And let's go ahead and take a look if we have a runner. So sometimes you have a security light on, sometimes not. I don't see a security light. Key off. Key to run. There's crank, nothing. Key off again. There's a crank. Stall. Key off. Key on again. Crank, start, run. There we go. So we've got this running. We do have to do a crankshaft variation learn. We should have a check engine light on specifically for the crankshaft variation learn. It may have some history security codes in there as well. I don't know what we'll find out. Let's go ahead and take a look. So I'm going to run over to my Tech 2 Win 2008 light duty truck Chevrolet. This is a K-body 4-wheel drive Silverado. This is a J motor. I know that too well because I've been into this thing. No. And we're going to go right to our engine control module, diagnostic trouble code, see what we have here. Two codes. I'm expecting like a 315 and a 1626 or 16 whatever. There's our 3. There's our 315 and our 633. I didn't know what I was talking about. So we're going to go ahead and we can clear these DTCs, but the one code, the P0315, is not going to go away until we get this thing warmed up and stuff. So once we clear the codes, we're going to go back in, check our mass airflow sensor data. I want to see what's going on there. And also check our coolant temperature sensor, because this does have to get all the way warmed up. It was running for a little while with the old computer when I arrived on site today, so we'll see what's up. There you go, there's our engine speed. Look at our grams per second, 5.4, 5.3, very close to our airflow calculated. Engine coolant temperature sensor is 81 Celsius. Let's convert that to some standard. We're at temp, so I can go ahead and do a crankshaft variation learn. I'm going to go ahead and take you guys along for the crankshaft variation learn. I'm just going to be quiet, give you a screenshot, and maybe make it so you can watch the RPM here. We go to module setup, crankshaft variation learn, and always got to make sure the air conditioning's off, and they want you to hit your brake pedal too. So enter, 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 apply brake, good, and it's going to tell us accelerate wide open throttle. Here we go. And it learned this ignition, so we're good there. And you see the check engine light went out all by itself, so that's pretty cool. I am going to go ahead and do this O2 heater sensor circuit learn. We'll hit the reset button. And we'll hit the exit button. We'll do the idle learn reset. That's complete. And then we'll do our oil life reset. That's good. We'll go back to my data display here and go right into our engine data. And I'm going to go ahead and start this up one more time and make sure that we have vehicle idles good. And I'm really going to tell the customer to go outside to let this thing cool down and try it again. I don't think it's necessary for me to go ahead and try to dump water on a brand new computer and all that stuff, but this thing's idling really well. As you see, the scan data is looking pretty good. What do you think? Interesting one, huh? I don't see a lot of computers fail like that. It happens. Trying to think, last thing, I think I had a body control module I tossed in a fridge one time. I might have made a YouTube video on that, but that was probably 6 months or a year ago. So sometimes you gotta think outside the box, but this thing was just a butt kicker. But being that the mass airflow sensor frequency was the same at the PCM as it was at the mass airflow sensor on the yellow wire, it had to be the computer. I was thinking, I was like, what's going on here? I was kind of focused on the rich codes, but I think that was due to the purge valve. I mean, that purge valve was overflowing. Like when you turned it on, it was sucking wind. So it was still clicking, but I don't think it was working properly. And I definitely had a difference then. So I think they were fighting a couple problems, and that's maybe why this was around the block to a couple shops. So
Fire problems, this is perfect.
all right, so we got a nice hill to climb. One-wheel tire fire going on back there. All right. So guys, check out this data. You can see our map. You can tell what type of load you're at by the way the map sensor is nearly barrel. And then you got the grams per second. Climbing this hill here. There's a little hill here, isn't there? Yeah, a little bit. Not much, but we got a little hill to go up here, taking a look what's going on with the scan data. Everything's looking really good here. And one more time, I'm going to take a look at my fuel trims. Everything's looking spot on. I don't see anything to be concerned with here whatsoever. Here's a heavy load. Let's see what's going on. There you go. Feels good. guys, we're looking good. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, let me know. If you like this content, please do like, subscribe, hit the thumbs up button, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.